The elevator doors opened on the 31st floor and Maren Cole stepped out like she owned the building, which she absolutely did not. She was wearing wide-leg olive cargo pants, a fitted white-ribbed tank tucked in just enough to look intentional, and chunky white sneakers that had exactly one scuff on the left toe that she refused to fix because she thought it gave her character. Her hair was pulled into a low bun with pieces falling out, not styled, just surrendered. She had a beat-up canvas tote on one shoulder with a broken zipper she had safety pinned shut, and her silver hoop earrings were the most expensive things on her body. She looked at the hallway. The hallway looked wrong. She pulled out her phone, checked the email, and realized she had pressed 31 instead of 32. Okay. Cool. Love that for me, she whispered to nobody. She turned back to the elevator just as a door down the hall swung open and a man in a charcoal suit walked out mid-sentence on a phone call, moving fast, not looking up. They collided. Her tote hit the floor. Her folder flew open. Papers landed everywhere like a paper explosion. He stopped. She crouched to grab her things. He crouched too, out of reflex, and for exactly 2 seconds they were eye level, close enough that she could see the small tension line between his brows and the fact that his tie was slightly, barely, almost imperceptibly crooked. His name was Roman Vale. He was wearing a deep navy suit with a faint texture to the fabric, the kind of suit that did not have a price tag because people who bought it already knew. His shirt was white, collar open by one button, like he had loosened it in a moment of stress and forgot. His shoes were dark brown leather, clean enough to reflect the ceiling lights. He looked at her like she was a variable he had not accounted for. She looked at him like she had seen that look before and was already tired of it. "I'm on 31 by accident," she said, standing, gathering her papers. "I have an interview on 32. For the coordinator position." He said nothing for a moment. "You're late," he said. "By 4 minutes." "I know." She stared at him. "You're Roman Vale," she said. "Not a question." "You're already 4 minutes behind and you haven't even started," he said, then turned and walked back through the door he came from. She stood in the hallway holding her safety pin tote, papers slightly crumpled, earrings catching the light. Then she followed him. The office smelled like black coffee and something expensive that was not a candle, more like the building itself had a scent. Roman's workspace was floor-to-ceiling glass on 2 sides, a city stretched out behind him like a backdrop he had ordered. His desk was enormous and almost completely clear, just a laptop, one legal pad, and a pen that probably cost more than Maren's monthly transit pass. He sat. He gestured to the chair across from him without looking up. She sat. He read her resume for 11 seconds. She counted. "No corporate experience," he said. "I coordinated a 200-person nonprofit fundraiser at 23 with a budget of $40,000 and came in under by $6,000, she said. Which I then redirected into a second event nobody had planned for." He looked up. "You freelanced for 4 years," he said. "I like being able to leave when the environment stops making sense," she said. Something shifted behind his eyes. Not warmth. More like recognition. "I have one rule," he said. "Stay invisible. I don't need personality. I need execution." "Okay," she said. "That means no opinions on how I run things." "Got it. No personal conversations." "Fine. And if I say something is done, it is done. No revisiting." She tilted her head. "Can I ask what happened to the last coordinator?" The room went very quiet. "She left," he said, and his voice was flat in a way that said the story was longer and he was not going to tell it. Maren nodded slowly. "I can be invisible," she said. "But I'm going to be honest with you right now, just this once, because after this I'll follow your rules. You have a typo on the agenda you're presenting Thursday. Slide 4. The acquisition total is off by 2 zeros. That's not a small typo. He turned his laptop around. He looked at slide 4. His jaw tightened. "You're hired," he said. "Don't make it weird." "Wasn't planning on it," she said. But something had already shifted in the room and they both felt it and neither of them said a word about it. 3 weeks in, Maren had learned his schedule better than he did. She wore her usual rotation of cargo trousers and oversized blazers she thrifted and tailored herself, always one statement piece, a burgundy bucket hat she left on her desk, green-tinted sunglasses she pushed to the top of her head during calls, platform boots on Thursdays because she said Thursdays deserved effort. Roman never commented on any of it. Until one Tuesday when she walked in wearing a soft gray hoodie dress, sleeves pushed up, canvas sneakers, hair completely down for the first time, curly in a way that looked like she had just let it be, and he stopped talking mid-sentence on a call and looked at her for just a second too long. She did not notice. Or she pretended not to. The crack happened at 11:47 p.m. on a Wednesday. She was still at the office finishing the restructuring brief. He walked back in, having left 2 hours earlier, jacket gone, tie gone, looking like someone had wrung the composure out of him. He sat on the couch across from her workspace without a word. She kept typing. 5 minutes passed. "My company was built on my father's money," he said to the window. "Money he got from people who couldn't afford to give it. I've spent 8 years trying to make it mean something different." She stopped typing. She did not turn around. "Does it?" she asked. "Mean something different yet?" Silence. "Some days," he said. She turned around then. He was looking at his hands. "Then keep going on the some days," she said. "That's literally all any of us are doing." He looked at her. And for a moment he looked like a person and not a position, and it undid something in her chest she had spent a long time keeping tied down. She looked back at her screen. "Brief will be done in 20, she said. "Okay," he said softly. He did not leave for another hour. It came from someone she trusted. Dex, her closest friend, the one she had vented to during week 1, the one who knew she was starting to feel things she was not supposed to feel, the one who had access to her email because he helped manage her freelance invoices. He had sold an internal document. Not a top-secret file. But a memo she had drafted summarizing the restructuring plan, with Roman's projected cuts and the timeline, leaked to a financial blog that ran it under a headline about Holloway Ventures preparing a silent collapse. The story went live at 6 a.m. on a Friday. Roman called her at 6:04. She was already reading it. She came in wearing dark wide-leg trousers and a black-fitted long-sleeve, boots, no accessories, no bucket hat, no sunglasses. She looked like someone who had not slept and was not going to pretend she had. She told him before he could ask. "It came from my side," she said, standing in the middle of his office. "Someone I trusted had access. I didn't share that document intentionally. But it came from my world and I take responsibility for it." He stood with his back to her for a long time. "How much did you tell them about the company?" he said. Not a question. An accusation. "Nothing beyond what was in that memo," she said. "Roman. Look at me." He turned around. His face was closed, locked, the version of him that existed before she had seen the other one. "You should go," he said. "I know you don't trust Easy," she said, and her voice did not shake, which surprised her. "I know something happened with the last coordinator and I know you built every rule you gave me because of it. But I am not that. And you firing me right now without letting me fix it is you choosing your fear over the truth." The silence was brutal. "Leave," he said. She left. But she did not go home. She went straight to Dex and she ended a 6-year friendship in under 4 minutes and then she sat in her car and cried in a way she had not let herself cry in a very long time. She did not go back to fix it for herself. She went back because 300 people were about to lose jobs over a story that was not true and she had the documentation to prove it and nobody else was going to walk it through the right doors. She put together the full correction package, sourced every internal record she still had access to, compiled a response brief that a communications team would have taken a week to produce, and she walked it into the building on a Saturday morning wearing a brown corduroy jacket over a cream-fitted top, straight-leg jeans, and her white sneakers with the one scuff on the left toe. Security stopped her at the lobby. Roman came down himself. He looked at her like he was trying to solve something. She handed him the file. "This clears the record," she said. "Every claim in that article. It also includes a drafted statement your PR team can send Monday. You don't have to hire me back. You don't have to say anything to me. But those 300 people did not do anything wrong and they shouldn't lose because of my mistake." He took the file. He looked at it. He looked at her. "Why?" he said. "Because it was the right thing," she said. "And because you looked like a person that won Wednesday night, and I don't think you let people see that very often, and I didn't want the last thing between us to be you shutting a door." The lobby was quiet. He exhaled slowly. "I called the blog," he said. "I already knew it wasn't intentional." He paused. "I let you walk out because I was scared of how much I cared whether you stayed." She stood very still. "That's a lot to say in a lobby," she said. "I know," he said. "Roman. Yeah. Hire me back or don't. But either way, can you fix the crease in your collar? It's been crooked since the first day and it has been genuinely distracting." Something broke open in his face. Not a smile exactly. Something realer than that. He reached up. Fixed the collar. "Come upstairs," he said. "The Monday brief needs a second set of eyes." She followed him into the elevator. The doors closed. And for the first time in a long time, neither of them felt the need to be invisible. The end.